Yo, the waiting is over. Yeah. Look, they say boxing is a death sport. Ashes to ashes, like trash in the alley. Cashes is cashes, which means we could compete. As long as I got breath in my lungs and my 2 feet and a strong heartbeat, we could rumble, young man. Put the gloves in your hands. The talking is over. All that we were arguing over is over. We could sit in silence before the noise and the roars and arena doors open. Before we throw hands, we satisfy the demands. This is for the fans, my legacy, my little mans who looked up at me like that. You're about to hurt them bad. Yo, the shit is serious. The big fish and the fisherman, the old man in the sea. But before you all see the violence and the bloodshed, we consider silence. But before you all see the violence and the bloodshed, we consider silence. Think you're a monster, don't you? Ugly, breathing vulture. AP's put it down my skyline. Notifications on my timeline. But this here is the A side. Hey, you think you King Ghidorah? Hey, but this is King Nelo Ninja, the king of the monsters. Take 3 of you to step to the giant, but I'm defiant. Face of boxing. I'm a legend, like the Mayans. Yeah. Let go. Nelo. Let go. Nelo. You think you King Ghidorah? 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 ShowBizz, we did it again. Hey, yo, boy. Be prepared for the straight right. 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 Left hand's too low, my ninja.
Guard up, now blow my ninja.
Nelos don't hold my ninja.
He's form, don't fool my ninja.
This is a fatal flaw.
Crash out for Omaha.
What's the best punch against a southpaw? What time? Be prepared for the straight right. Be prepared for the straight right. Be prepared for the straight right. It's true. Be prepared for the straight right. Left hand too low, my ninja.
Guard up, now below my ninja.
Nelos no hold my ninja.
He's a form, don't fool my ninja.
This is a fatal flaw.
Crash out for Omaha.
What's the best punch against a southpaw?
No.
Right hand from a dream up and he grabs on.
A warrior, is he not?
From a sword to a Glock.
3 minutes each round.
Open threes, get your
He
shot.
can't move, he ain't young.
Think his legs will be shot.
He been fighting too long.
38's get
Be
shot.
prepared for the straight right. Be prepared for the straight right. Let's go. Be prepared for the straight right. Let's go. Be prepared for the straight right. Up off, Nick. Yeah. Yes. Up off. Hey. Y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what day it is, huh? Girl. Girl. It's Taco Tuesday. Bye. What's up, my people? This
This is ShowBizz. Look, don't. All right, man. Look at who we have here. Let me see who we have up in here. Uncle Herschel. With you. Let me see what Anthony Kane have to say. Been seeing people use squatter. Dude, that's a mean brother, because that brother is every bit of motivation we need. A new member, bye. Ozzy Faze, the forecaster detective. I'm moist. What's going on with you? Oops. All right, man. Look, first I want to say this. Everybody, welcome to the Taco Tuesday. If you haven't done it, please close the chat, hit the like, and give it up for Bono here.
Bring on lips with a laugh and do the cabbage patch. Kiss a pretty lady and then sign some autographs. The burn down man can shaboing boing.
Hit the Tyson bell. Hold on, let me see. Abraham Hernandez. He said, I see moisture in the horizon, Biz. Love you, boy. Squad up. It's Taco Tuesday today. What we got? We outside. That brother done ran everything through. My brother Abraham. You said, Sage said, the silence track take me back to better days for real. Oh my God, you ain't lying. But boxing is getting better and better. Hold on, everybody. Before we get started, you guys are really being damn disrespectful. All of you asses. We haven't given it up to the ladies.
You should let me in. You deserve. No, you deserve baby.
Hit the Tyson bell. You know, it's just funny. How can you be mad at the war room? The beauty, y'all can't ignore the good feeling.
You should let me in. You deserve. No, you deserve baby.
You guys, we can't be uptight about a damn boxing fight. Hit the Tyson bell. I don't give a damn. We can't be running around hating, getting mad, crying. They fighting, we ain't. And guess what, fellas?
Put it simply in here. I like surprises. I came here for prizes. Big booty and thighs is promising my guys is how I could get inside this. Stupid, I realize this, but there's so much I wanna know about you, but I don't really wanna know. That's what they say. You make it too hard for a nigga. I got you, but I got the time. Let's make it work.
Hit the Tyson bell. Hey, oh my God, my brother. Bum, ba-da-bum, bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-bum, bum. We outside.
It can happen when you're outside. You can lose a fight, see a chick, have a con with that vibe. You can ride a bike, see a nigga, and ask him if he's alright.
Hit the Tyson bell. Second than a snicker. Let me see. Wager gotta be bigger. Nelo versus Crawford is bigger. Oh, you know what? My money don't float like that right now. I got money I'm betting, other money I'm betting. I'm like, hey, listen, I gotta be smart. Hold on, everybody. And before we get started, we're gonna kick off our week, all right, with some great motivation from our inspirator. Squad up. Let's go. Squad. Let me see. If the war room hit the club one time, oh my Lord, boy. I saw you, you ain't bouncing through the door. You and your mans and them just took over the floor. Started doing your thing, and boy, I swear we'll take over the floor. It'd be me, you, Tim Butler, Sadate, dun. Squad up. We'll all be up. You and your mans and them just took over the floor. Hit the Tyson bell. Let me see. Plain Doctor. A bunch of the I hate my own reflection emojis. I'm gonna tell you this, my brother. A lot of you guys are sick enough in the head and in the spirit, to where you guys think that my taco hat symbolizes some sort of biasness towards the Mexican people. All right, which really, I love Taco Tuesday, man. Tuesday nights, you know, I'm so happy. Tuesday nights. Plus, I'm on my way to see a Mexican, David Benavidez, the Mexican monster. I will be traveling over there to his camp tomorrow morning, and I will be there. I want you guys, again, please, if you have any questions that you want the War Room to ask them, jump in the comments, ask those questions. We're going to do the first real Black Two Sugars of what it has been, what it was meant to be. It wasn't just supposed to be an interview. It meant to be some spend time with a fighter, get to know the fighter type ish. So I'll be leaving. All right. So I'll be gone for a few days. Hopefully I'm back for the Facts Friday. Anyhow, I love tacos. All right. Tacos is, I think that's kind of my favorite cuisine. All right. But since some of you are so low in the spirit to where y'all think this means something, today I threw on a do-rag. I threw on a do-rag to give. Hey, there's no head dressing more Black culture than a do-rag. So I put the do-rag on with the taco hat. So, and just in case y'all think that a hat means something, and you get moist over a hat, I threw the do-rag on. Does that qualify, my brother? Let me see. Going to Nelo versus Crawford next month. And the Box Expo. Oh Lord. Hopefully I meet many fighters. First timer, bro, you will. Up off net Black Two Sugars. Put the fight on. They gonna love it. Squad up. You heard? 100%. Hold on, let me see. This super chat from my newborn son as of last night, 8:01. That 8:01. You would never forget that. Not 8 o'clock. Yeah, look, your son said, listen, I'm unconventional. Y'all want me to be, now I'm gonna show up 8:01 because see, that's gonna be a great kid. He's gonna grow to be a great man. I move when I want to move. 8 o'clock, my ass. He waited. He was just like 8:01. Now let's get the party going. Let me see. He said squad up. War room. We outside and put the fight on. A war room child. This guy here. Love you, boy. That was fantastic. Let me see. Exodus files making a good case against Conte. Oh, well, I'm out. All right. I don't have that kind of time to investigate Conte. I'm happy somebody is. Let me see. Love to the War Room from Warriors Gym in Dayton, Ohio. Love you, boy. Boy. Too much coffee in the chest. Oh, yes. I want to buy you shit about before throwing it from the plane. Biz. Can we watch the Conjuring trailer? My goodness. Yep, we'll get the copyright. I just remove it. Let's do it. Let me see, bro. At this point, you just ready, baiting brother. I'm just ready. No, it's how I feel. We'll talk. But you are leaning towards Canelo because he's your favorite fighter, and that's more than okay, big bro. Who the hell are you to tell me he ain't my favorite fighter? I actually like Crawford more than I like Nelo. Nelo ain't my favorite fighter. Y'all saw the duck shit. That's for Nelo. Right? Nelo punched me in my stomach because I called him a duck. He wanted that get back. What your dumb ass talking about? Shut your dumb ass up. Let's see. ShowBizz. It's been a while, my brother. I'm married. No to a good woman. 100. That's right. Curious George. Let me say, hey, man, you got new skits in here. Funny as hell. Where's Sadate? Sadate up in here. He about to act an ass. Let me see. The do-rag. LOL. You a damn fool, Biz. Got the Murrays. Let me tell you, my Murrays ran out. I have to be the first brother ever to go through a full can of Murrays. Now, hey, let this be the day that I got to run to the store and buy Murrays. Never happened. Let me see. That can of Murray's been passed down through generations. Ask Benavidez why Canelo can move up and fighter heavier. If Crawford Dan move up and fighter heavier, how come he don't go to cruiserweight or heavyweight? Okay. I hear you. I'm not going to speak for him. I've heard. This is my second Black Two Sugars with him. I did a Black Two Sugars already with him, and we spoke on a bit of that. But no, I hear you. No lies, Biz. I was curious as to why you got the do-rag on. LOL, bump the haters, bro. 100%. That Demon Slayer movie is going to have us crying. Oh, yeah, and I can't wait. We're actually going to throw, like, everybody's going to the movies at the same. All my anime friends, we all going to the movie at the same damn time. I'm actually the least anime person. But can we talk? Can we talk for a minute? I want to say this about Tim Butler, all right? I know Tim Butler's in here. Love you, boy. Foundation pillar to the War Room.
Me and Tim Butler, when my man said that Canelo is my favorite fighter, me and Tim Butler has this very much in common. Now, I think many of us do in the war room. I want Crawford to win. I want him to beat Nelo because I want to see something that great. It is so improbable. Regardless, I know y'all don't want me to feel the way I feel. Y'all rather be against me. That's how fanboys are. I want somebody to go up. Just get your ass in the gym. You'll go up against everybody in the gym. Yeah, if you want to go up against somebody, go to your local boxing gym and fight. Don't try to make me your enemy. All right. But I want Crawford to win. I do. I don't want him to lose. I want him to do something great like Sugar Ray Leonard. I want him to do something great like Muhammad Ali. I want to see all-time greatness, and that would be this. But I think Canelo wins. So my want-sees never overcome my logic. Never. You know, only when I gamble. If I'm gambling, it's like, yeah, let me see if I can win a big bag. You know, like I did with Dubois. But logically, I knew Usyk was going to win. I kept saying, y'all right, Usyk will win. I'm just saying, right? So because I want Bud to win, I just think it's almost impossible. I think it's highly unlikely, which let's get to the show. All right. We're 15, 16 minutes in. Let's get to the damn show. Listen, there's 1,000 of you in here. Everybody, if you can hit the like. Not only do I think Canelo is going to beat Crawford, I think he's going to beat Crawford mostly because he's a better boxer. Someone said, and I caught it in the comments, is this a question or a statement? It's a statement. I think Canelo Alvarez is a better boxer than Terrence Bud Crawford. Y'all remember me saying earlier, what if he's actually a better boxer? That's because in my mind, it was a ShowBizz secret that I think Canelo is a better boxer than Bud. Cap. I think he's a better boxer than Bud until we find out September 13th. No, you don't. I do. Here's my thing. There are a few tropes. There's like 3 tropes that I think it's not all like automatically true. One, that because Bud is smaller, he has faster hands. I don't know if that's true. 2, that Bud is smaller. I'm beginning to question how true that is. I was sure that Canelo was far bigger. But I have people who are telling me like, hey, yo, because I never met Crawford in person. They're like, hey, man, naturally, they like the same size. And I'm like, there's no way. But being the same size human doesn't mean the same size fighter, though. But let's just say human to human. And number 3, the last trope is because you're smaller means you're more skilled. All right. Now let's talk. Here goes the "you hate black people" comments. Yeah, I know. It's a huge amount of. I understand those comments. All right. I know where that comes from. I came up in my younger years. Like if you didn't agree with me or you went against black and you were black, immediately it was like, what kind of brother are you, brother? The brother. You can, if I agree with you and you're black and you say something, I feel you. But if I disagree and it's against something that I favor and that something is black and you're against it, I was immediately like, brother, you Uncle Tom, brother, I know where that insecurity comes from. Let me see. So it's not like I agree, Biz. I love Bud, but Canelo bag is so deep, brother. Okay. Here's the thing. Bud is very talented. He is. I would love to stop the racism, but it's not going to be, it's going to be a while. But the war room, we're going to work on it. Okay. At least we're going to work on, if ShowBizz thinks this, he just thinks it because it's boxing, not because his whole being is of a different race and shit. Like, all right, hit the Tyson bell. But I'm going to ask you guys, okay? 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 I'm going to a When the last time Canelo knocked someone out? Has Canelo been knocking people out lately? Let me just ask you. Block has as great as Bud is, it begs the question, is he war ready? Have we seen him in those? We're gonna be in there with a warlord squad up. Well, he's gonna be in there 100%. Let me see. Nelo's chin and heart hard for Bud to overcome. Well, I'm talking about BOXER. Plant is the last one. Tim Butler said not for a while, last 5 years, something like that. I think it's been 3 years. September 13th going to be the next. Okay, he'll be KOing outside. That's not what I'm saying. We're not trying to cheerlead for Canelo right now. What I'm saying is, when the last time he knocked somebody, has he been knocking fighters out? The answer is no. All right, the answer is no. Has he had a size advantage over fighters he's been fighting? Yes or no? No knockouts because Canelo being the smaller fighter. We're talking, Abraham. Has he had the size advantage over fighters? No. Right? No. So you're talking about a guy who hasn't had the devastating power advantage, and he hasn't had the size advantage. He's fighting bigger men. So what is he beating those fighters with? What is he beating those fighters with? Let me break this down a little bit. Let me break this down. Let me break this down a little bit. Let me break this down a little bit. Okay? Let me break this down a little bit. Can Crawford beat Bivol at light heavyweight? Do you think Terrence Crawford can go up to light heavyweight and beat Bivol? Hell no. Hell no. He shouldn't even be in a ring with Bivol. You want to know why? Terrence Crawford said himself that David Benavidez was too big. He said himself, we don't know if people think Bivol beat David. He beat them with IQ and experience. Terrence Crawford said, hell no, I won't fight David Benavidez. He's too big. Not even close. What Canelo doing fighting him at light heavyweight? And put on a good fight. Went 12. Never hurt. But boxed with him to put on a good enough fight. Guess who's fighting September 13th? Just hold on one second. These guys are blinded by their fanboyism. I know, and I'm not. Guess who's fighting September 13th? So you mean to tell me that Terrence Crawford versus Bivol is a hell no? It's a hell no. But he's fighting Canelo September 13th. Terrence Crawford versus Bivol is a hell no. But he's fighting Canelo September 13th. I've been saying this. And that's a brother. Let me ask you this. If Terrence Crawford is more skilled than Canelo Alvarez, why isn't he skillful enough to beat Bivol at light heavyweight? Canelo's skillful enough to fight him for the title. Why isn't Terrence Crawford skillful enough to beat Bivol at light heavyweight? His skills doesn't go up enough? Doesn't transition enough? Canelo ain't knock out Bivol. Why isn't his skills enough
to go to light heavyweight and campaign. Wait, I'm saying skill. Canelo ain't a light heavyweight. Weight, but his weight is good enough to fight Nelo. Hold on. Biz, you think Nelo sees Crawford as an opportunity for redemption for the Mayweather loss? No. I think it's more personal for Nelo than it is Crawford, especially with media is portraying Nelo as slow feet. It would be more embarrassing for Canelo to lose than Crawford. Yes. Canelo does have a chip on his shoulder because people think he's just bigger than Crawford. Let me help you with this. How many people has Crawford fought who are bigger than him? Facts. People don't know what they're watching at 168. The glamour casuals only know 147, so they don't realize how good Canelo's reflexes are at 168. 100%. We almost there with the speed. Jose, Kell Brook, Madrimov. Let me see. Andre Ward, Roy Jones, Hopkins, and others have Bud. I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about me. Let me see. Canelo versus Crawford resemble Eubank versus Benn. Since Eubank was a super middle weight and Conor at welterweight. No, because Conor wasn't fighting Eubank at 168. He had to drain himself down to one totally different thing. Canelo is fighting at 168, his natural weight without a rehydration clause. Bud Crawford has given that all to Canelo. That's how sick in the head Bud Crawford is. That dude's a warrior. Nelo won 4 rounds against Bivol, but Bud fans only repost the same bits from a couple rounds. I thought he won more than that. But listen. How often is Bud Crawford the smaller fighter in the ring? When he actually fought up 115, 113, you saw the Madrimov fight. Not that often. Hold on real quick. Man, what's good? What y'all arguing about? Let me tell you. Let me break it down. How many fighters has Crawford fought? Name the fighters Crawford fought who would beat Triple G. You said the same about Errol. No, I didn't. Totally different argument. I just said Errol would win. I didn't say the same thing. Totally different argument. Listen. None. Spence ain't beat no Triple. Not the Spence that you think the Spence that Crawford fought would beat Triple G. That's ridiculous. Sean Porter would beat Triple G. Madrimov would beat Triple G, but couldn't beat Virgil Ortiz. Hold on. He couldn't beat Crawford and he couldn't beat Virgil Ortiz, but he'll beat Triple G. With how many fights? Fine. I think y'all reaching. How many fighters Crawford fought? Name the fighters Crawford fought that would beat Lara. I'm talking about at 154. I'm not talking about if they were the same size. I'm talking about how many fighters has Bud Crawford fought who can beat Callum Smith at 168. Ricky Burns. Who can name the fighter who would beat Callum Smith at 168. That's what worries me. One of my family new age fights is Charlo versus Castano, and you can see how many shots Jamel just eats. He was too big for them. That's what I'm saying. When I heard Mayweather talking about how Bud will beat Canelo, I thought he was saying that because he knows Bud will lose his O in the comparison. Let me see. Crawford puts Nelo on a canvas. History made. Okay. We're not just saying statements. Before car crash, Spence. I'm talking about the Spence that Terrence Crawford fought. That Spence in the ring against Terrence Crawford. That Kell Brook in the ring against Terrence. Not a what if. I'm talking that Spence that Crawford fought. That Kell Brook that Crawford fought. That Sean Porter that Crawford fought. Would any of them beat Callum Smith at 168? Would the Spence Crawford fought beat the Danny Jacobs that Canelo fought at 168? The Gamboa that Crawford fought, would he beat Bivol at light heavyweight? The Madrimov that Crawford fought, would he beat Lara? I'm not sure how many fighters Crawford fought when he fought him would beat the Miguel Cotto that Canelo fought. This is what I'm trying to say. You preaching my sermon bit 50-50. This is what I'm trying to say. When it comes to skill, experience has a lot to do with it. There are more fighters Canelo fought that gives him the experience to take on a Terrence Crawford than the fighters Terrence Crawford fought. Case in point, you get an Austin Trout, you get a Caleb Plant, you get a Lara, you get a Floyd Mayweather, you get a Bivol. Those, just those five, when it comes to experience, gives him the right experience that when he fights Crawford, he's not like, I don't know what this is like. Jamel Charlo, Skull, those experiences, there is nothing that Crawford is going to show where he says, I don't know what this is like. There's not one fighter Crawford fought that would give him the experience against Canelo. And that's the Black Two Sugars. Let me see. That's the glass of horchata. And 2 tacos right there. Love you, boy. Let me see. Bivol, Triple G, Kovalev, Lara alone clears Bud's resume respectfully. I'm saying, and Bud is a great, but as a fan of the sport, and that's the truth, boxing over boxer, I'm saying, but what people are going to do is say melanin over whatever ShowBizz is talking about. Bud was actually bigger than Madrimov come fight night and struggled. I don't even see Crawford beating Virgil at 154, Canelo by belt to behind. I'm not sure who wins, Chef Biz. Hell no, Biz. Love you, boy. I'm not sure who wins between Crawford and Fedora. And what Canelo would do to Fedora would be nuts. Let me see. People thought Spence would destroy Canelo. That's why they linked Crawford would do what he did to Spence. He would do to Canelo. And the funny thing is, while people say what they say about me because I make them feel insecure and uncomfortable when it comes to Crawford, I said, how many of you guys, you day ones, remember me saying Canelo will whoop Spence's ass? I said that constantly. I was like, that shit wouldn't even be close. And the dumb shit is, which makes me think a lot of people has never watched the sport of boxing. They think that Spence is similar to Nelo. I ain't never seen two fighters more different than Spence and Nelo. Spence is my guy. Love him like a play cousin. But Spence worked behind the jab. Canelo, not so much. Spence is southpaw. Canelo, not at all. Spence had a textbook defense who was sideways. Canelo more forward with the gloves up, with the earmuffs. He's more forward with the catch and shoot. Spence walk you down behind the jab. He's completely sideways. Totally different guy. Spence, hardly any head movement. He blocks and he breaks you down like a tank. Nelo, from waist up, his head movements is incredible. They are totally different. never seen fighters more different than Spence and Nelo. My question is, but Biz, Bud created the world in 7 days. I do know that. But my question is, the greatness of Bud Crawford, he gets hit too.
ShowBizz, we did it again. Hey, yo, yeah. Be prepared for the straight right. 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 Left hand's too low, my ninja.
Guard up, now blow my ninja.
Nelos, don't hold my ninja.
Piece of foam, don't fold my ninja.
This is a fatal flaw.
Crash out for Omaha.
What's the best punch against a southpaw? What time? Be prepared for the straight right. 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 It's true. Be prepared for the straight right. Left hand too low, my ninja.
Guard up, now below my ninja.
Nelos, no hold my ninja.
Piece of foam, don't fold my ninja.
This is a fatal flaw.
Crash out for Omaha.
What's the best punch against a southpaw? No.
Right hand from a dream up and he grabs on.
A warrior, is he not?
What's a sword to a Glock?
3 minutes each round.
Open threes, get your
He
shot.
can't move, he ain't young.
Think his legs will be shot.
He's been fighting too long.
38's get your
Prepare
shot.
for the straight right. Be prepared for the straight right. Let's go. Be prepared for the straight right. Let's go. Be prepared for the straight right.
Boy, I love me some Bud Crawford. All right, listen, Nelo will put Bud on a chokehold and make him tap. Listen, bro, I love some Bud Crawford. But let me tell you what Bud is. I've been saying it, and I'm going to keep saying it. Bud Crawford is all instincts. His instincts are incredible. He is all instincts, athleticism, and God-kissed gifts. Hit the Tyson Bell. That's why you see Crawford with his hands down. That brother like Roy, but not as good. Hands down. Boom, bam, bam, boom, 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 bam, boom. Get hit, bam, bam. That dude is a gifted fighter. A gifted fighter. He'll chew. Bam, boom, boom, bam, bam. Good footwork, athleticism, just gifts. Talent, instinct, hands at 10 and 2, bam, bam, bam. That's him. But what happens when you're 38 at 168? What happens when you're 38 at 168? What people have said about Roy Jones Jr. is technically he wasn't quite sound enough. And when that athleticism went down and it just fell off, it fell right off the cliff. When it went down, he had nothing to rely on. When Terrence Crawford is walking you down with the guard up, that is the worst thing he can do against Nelo. It's like when Roy Jones started putting his guard up and rope-a-doping. He started getting his ass torched. Green slapped him. Glenn Johnson slapped him. When he started trying to get that thing, when Crawford doing this, and Canelo going to be bam, bam. So he got to be at 38, 168. Good luck. When it comes to the skills category, I think Canelo Alvarez is stronger. I think people are getting skills confused with gifts. Let me say that again. I think people are getting skills confused with gifts. When I asked you guys at the very beginning about Nelo not having a size advantage in years, not having a speed advantage, not having a power advantage. How is he winning when he doesn't have all these physical gifts advantages over his fighters? He got skill. Canelo has to fight up because fighting across or fighting down is him being a bully. He got to fight up. It's his skills that allowed him to go up. Because at the end of the day, Crawford said himself, wait a second. I'm a little bit taller. My arms are longer. I walk around pretty heavy. If they are around the same size, why is one fighting at 168 becoming undisputed and fighting at light heavyweight and fighting all-time greats? While the other is fighting down if they're the same size. They're supposed to be the same size. Why is one doing this and the other? Maybe that one is more skillful. Maybe he's more skillful. A member for 31 months. Bye. He was fighting Floyd at 22. He got put on a fast track of getting belt to ass teaching from one of the GOATs, the greatest of all time. Let me see. Nelo more defensively sound, especially walking forward, doing it. Bud is a better boxer. Okay. Listen, this is what getting people confused. 50-50. I love that you said it. 50 is one of my favorite commenters on here, members of the War Room, period. Love you, boy. 50 just put some on my head. 50. This is what people are getting confused. Not you so much. You're a fantastic thinker. But what people are getting confused is they think when I say boxer, I mean stylistically. People think boxing is a style. When I say he's a better boxer, what is a boxer? Someone who boxes and participates in the sport of boxing. So I'm not saying stylistically. I'm saying Canelo's a boxer. Crawford's a boxer. Not stylistically. Who's the better boxer? Look at their experience. Look at their resume. And look at what they're doing against their opposition. I think Canelo has impressed me more against his opposition, even his losses. His loss against Bivol impressed me more than Crawford's win against Madrimov. We can watch it again if you want. Let me see. Canelo wins hands down. I think he wins. There's a lot of advantages he has. You cooking, be a chef. I'm saying, brother. Let me see. You think Nelo wins on the cards? Because he ain't stopped nobody since Plant 2021. And if Bud can stand his power, you think Nelo outboxes him? If it goes 12, Bud has been rocked a few times and been dropped. But number two, Canelo hasn't stopped anybody since Plant 2021. Canelo hasn't dropped a super middleweight or light heavyweight. Hasn't stopped. I'm sorry. Canelo has stopped many welterweights. Super welterweights. I think people are getting that part gravely misunderstood. He would have stopped Jamel if Jamel didn't get on his track shoes the whole fight and he still dropped him. Jamel felt that body shot in the first round. I was there live, and Jamel bounced. I think people getting that gravely misunderstood. Charles Baker is another great thinker. Let me see. How do you honestly feel Canelo and Crawford fight is going to turn out? I will tell you again. Nelo will put Bud in the choke and make him tap. Let me tell you again what's going to happen. All right? Let me tell you again what's going to happen. Let me break down this fight. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. All right? I'm not the oracle. But let me tell you what I think is going to happen. Canelo comes out. Crawford starts working a little bit. Crawford finds out very early that at 168, Canelo can get to him better than he expected. He didn't realize how fast Nelo was overall. He didn't realize it. He finds out that he's more sluggish. So Canelo is landing on Crawford more than expected. So Crawford starts moving. Early in the fight, Crawford starts sitting down on his punches more because he's such a damn warrior. Canelo ain't feeling shit. Bam, bam, bam. It feels like nothing. He's been hit by Berlanga. He's been hit by Jaime Magia. He's been hit by Bivol. He's been hit by Triple G. He's been hit by Kovalev. He ain't feeling nothing. And in not feeling nothing, he started putting his hands down. Why he put his hands down? Because Canelo was starting to feel himself. Don't forget, Canelo was very cocky. Canelo put his hands down. He started feeling himself a little bit, and he started making Bud Crawford miss. And everybody's like, holy shit. Crawford sticks his tongue out because he's a little embarrassed by it, but he has a lot of confidence himself, but he knows the gig is up. Canelo hit him, bam, he hurts him. But Canelo has respect for him. So he's going to not just destroy him. He's going to see that he can hurt him anytime he wants. Corner him a few times, bam, bam. He's going to try to hurt him to the body. He ain't going to try to knock him out in his head. He's going to realize that Crawford just ain't got much for him physically. He's going to drop Crawford. Crawford's going to get up. He's going to have a little mouse on his eye. He's going to look a little worse for wear. I'm going to drop a tear. I'm going to have a lump in my throat. I love him too much. I'm going to be hurt. And I'm going to be begging the ref to stop the damn fight. And Canelo's going to be freaking him again. Bam, boom, bam. They're going to wave it. And then Canelo's going to be like, he's going to stand up and walk around like. And Bud's going to be like, yo, I'm just happy that I did my best. I went up and I tried my best to go up against an all-time great fighter like Canelo. Nobody's going to take that from me. I went to do something great, but Canelo was the better fighter tonight. They're going to hug. There's going to be a lot of respect Canelo's going to have for him. He's going to say he didn't run like Skull. He's going to say he didn't run like Jermell Charlo. He's going to say he was a warrior who put on a good fight. And then Canelo's going to move on to take on an Mbili, to take on one of those boys. We're going to start paying attention to, Hamza Shiraz. And we're going to start paying attention to what's going on between Benavidez in November. Benavidez, Beterbiev. We're going to start talking like that. And that win over Bud's going to have an asterisk because people are going to say, once again, he's picking on a smaller fighter who was too old, just like he did with Shane Mosley, just like he did with Cotto, just like he did with the other greats. People want to hate Canelo for it. And they're going to say, but you won't move up and fight a better BF or try to fight Bivol again or and you're running from David Benavidez. That's what's going to happen. Let me see. Biz, you took hits from Nelo. We need to question Crawford before the fight to compare. I hear you. I'll tell you this. The punch that I took from Nelo, the little punch I took from, I couldn't damn believe it. Let me see. Nelo is not coming to play. He's coming to put an ass. I hope he finds a heart somewhere in there. Let me see. 100 facts. Love you, boy. That's what I see. Now, I could be wrong. Can't lie, bro. You spitting out here. Thank you, brother. Love you, boy. Bud can beat Nelo the way he fight. If he stay in range, he got the reach and stay out of Canelo range. Them counter gonna be nasty with Nelo applying pressure. I know. My thing is, what fight have you seen to make you say that? Biz, how heavy or what weight do you expect Terrence Crawford to be on fight day? 174, 175, 170, something like that, 173, something like that. Extra weight means the heart beats faster, blood oxygen levels go down, fatigue sets in. Sparring alone doesn't prep for it 100%. Bud loses speed at 168, which was one of my first tropes. First tropes is that since Terrence Crawford is smaller, he's going to be faster. I'm not sure at 168 and at 38. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I think Canelo's going to match his speed. It ain't going to be blazing fast, and Canelo's just far too slow. I think Canelo's going to match it. And many people going to be shocked, but me. I'm going to be like, because I saw him against Bivol. Let me see. I saw him against Lara. That's the biggest misconception, is that when you say someone's better a boxer, you're referring to a stick and move style. Yep. There's so many other styles. 100% Noble Life. I was watching Nelo versus McGee yesterday, and the skills Nelo showed in that fight impressed me more than Crawford beating Madrimov. All right, fire. We'll see. Nelo couldn't stop Charlo. Wait. Number one, he dropped Charlo. Number two, it's hard to stop a guy who is running full speed. Crawford said himself, Charlo ain't come to fight. That lets you know the mentality of Crawford, which is why I think the fight is going to go the way I say it's going. Bud ain't going to run like Charlo. He ain't going to run like Charlo. But y'all got to understand, Bud ain't going to run like Charlo. Charlo ran. It's hard to beat a guy running. It's hard to knock out a guy running. Charlo ran. The fact that Canelo dropped him was impressive. Canelo ain't knock out William Skull either. Skull was out. That ain't Crawford. That's why I love him. That's it's gonna be. I'm gonna be on full tier. That's where we disagree. I feel Nelo is going to respect Bud punches. Crawford still got sting on them punches. Says who? Madrimov? That's at 154. You think Nelo at 168 gonna be like, ouch? Let me see. Charlo ran, bro. I'm saying. Nelo gonna welcome Crawford to we gonna find out season. Let me tell you something. If Canelo is walking down Bivol, if Canelo is walking forward on Berlanga, I don't know if Terrence Crawford gonna make him be like, oh man, I can't believe this. Let me see. What do you think about, he was walking Lara down. What do you think about Max Kellerman's take? Compare this fight, Duran versus Hagler, when Duran moved up and everyone thought Hagler was going to kill him, ended up going all 15 rounds. Love Biz. Yeah. I like that comparison. And that was a good comparison. The only difference is that number one, Duran has one hell of a chin. Number two, Duran is one of the hardest punchers, pound for pound, of all time. Number three, Marvelous Marvin Hagler was not considered a big puncher. All right. So when you put that together, after watching the fight, you can see why it was closer. Marvelous Marvin Hagler never fought above middleweight. And Duran came from lightweight. Crawford is coming from lightweight. And Canelo has fought all the way up to light heavyweight. I think the fight comparison is cool, but I think the depth in which Crawford has to swim is deeper than that of Duran versus Hagler. Let me see. Blink twice if you can't get out this narrative, Biz. We just disagree. It doesn't mean that there's some conspiracy. Let me tell y'all something. All right. I own myself. I have my own ShowBizz Adult LLC. I've been owning myself forever, since the very beginning. And because we disagree, it doesn't mean somebody has a gun to my head. Humble yourself. People can think differently than you. All right. I don't think what I'm saying is the absolute truth. And I don't think because you think differently than me about this, that someone has a gun to your head and you're some kind of bot. I think we just think differently. So what my brothers need to stop doing, all my brothers, is start taking a man's take and taking a man's word for what it is. and stop having that feminine energy of trying to think of why he's saying it. He must be saying it because of this. It must be. Brother, I'm telling you what I'm thinking, and just take what I think. Once you start going there, you start having emotions about me, and that's no fair, because I am not what you think I am. I am everything I say I am. I have never changed. I just disagree. Accept it, man to man. Have some integrity about yourself. All right, let me see. Damn, Biz, you got it all figured out, Oracle. It just, if y'all want to know what I think, it doesn't mean I'm the Oracle. Let me see. To be honest, I think Bud will get injured before the fight. Nah, he's following through. That money is real. Let me see. Pac also stopped knocking people out when he reached a certain weight. He had to rely on skills, just like Nelo been doing. People are going to find out. This is what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is exactly what you just said here. There are more examples of Saul Canelo Alvarez displaying his skills because he's been going up against opposition that are actually more risky than the fighters Crawford been fighting. And I'm talking about not pound for pound. I'm talking about the human beings. You get what I'm trying to say? I'm saying Triple G at 160 is more dangerous to fight than Sean Porter or the Errol Spence that Terrence Crawford fought at 147. That's what I'm saying. Triple G, those first two fights, is a more dangerous op at 160. You get what I'm saying? So if Terrence Crawford moved up to 160 and fought that Triple G that Canelo fought, that would be the most dangerous fight ever in his career. Get what I'm trying to say? Canelo Alvarez been fighting those. Iron sharpens iron. You get sharper. You get more skill. Nothing is going to prepare Crawford for the shark-infested waters more than swimming in the shark-infested waters. I'm not talking about sparring. I'm talking about being here, which is why Nelo always says, I've been here many times. The lights, the op, going up against it, moving up, taking those risks. This is the first time for Bud Crawford. And many of you Bud buddies didn't even start sniffing his ass until the Spence fight. So all of this is new for you. Basing what you base your take on how he fights Canelo at 168 is based on his fight against Errol Spence at 147 2 years ago. A lot of you guys get real Stevie Wonder when it comes to Madrimov and comes up with a reason why it looked like that. Well, Madrimov was too irky-jerky. It's the funniest shit in the world to me. Because if the same thing happened with Nelo and Madrimov gave Nelo those issues, y'all wouldn't say he was too irky-jerky. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Does Bud speed matches Khan at 168? No, I don't think his speed matches Khan, period. Khan has some of the fastest hands I've ever seen in my life. Let me see. You don't have to see the fight. It happened, and it's just calculated. Boxing, Bud is going to fight different in this fight. That's what all the greats do, adapt. But here's my thing. My thing is this. I used to think the same way, right? I used to believe in the miracles. I used to say that a person who we've seen him be his entire damn boxing career is going to all of a sudden be a totally different human being come September 13th. I've done that before. Then I found out everybody, they are themselves. That's what I found out. Terrence Crawford don't fight differently. Terrence Crawford, every fight, he switched to southpaw and whip your ass with great counter shots and his athleticism. He doesn't, oh man, one day he came in fight like Muhammad Ali. The next day he came in fight like Mike Tyson. What are y'all doing? These are just statements y'all saying. What I am asking you guys to do is watch the fights. Don't just make statements. Biz, do you see Crawford switching stance, landing more in southpaw or orthodox? He should land more in southpaw Canelo Alvarez hasn't fought too many fighters in southpaw. And I remember when Laura was giving him problems. And I remember when Danny Jacobs switched to southpaw, he was giving Canelo issues. I remember that like yesterday. But he switched back. And I'm like, Danny, why did you switch back? So I think southpaw would be his best stance. As a Spence fan, the Bud fight was depressing to watch. Yeah, as a Bud fan, this would be sad as hell too. I hear you. No one fight like Bud. Nelo is in foreign world. Floyd Mayweather is greater than Bud Crawford. So once again, I'm gonna say this again. Fighting the likes of Floyd, Bivol at light heavyweight, Lara, Caleb Plant at 168, William Skull running for his life, Jamel Charlo backpedaling, Billy Joe Saunders, these types of guys, Austin Trout, these type of guys, is it going to leave him totally in foreign land? But Canelo at 168, Terrence Crawford has no idea. That's the black two sugars. And it's the truth. And I know you're kind of like, man, how can I say it for my boy Bud? Let me tell you the truth. All right. I'm not sure how many advantages Bud Crawford actually have going into this fight. Meaning, if Bud Crawford were to win, top 4 greatest fighters I've ever seen in my life. Top four greatest fighters. Let me see. Star him out, Debo. LOL. I'm saying, bro. Biz, prime on prime. Who wins between Triple G, Hagler, and Canelo at 160? Shit. I'm gonna have to say Hagler. He could take the shots from both of them, but I love at 160. I love the busyness of Hagler at 160. Let me see. Biz, is this similar to Bhop jumping up to fight Tarver? No, it's not. It's not because Bhop campaigned at light heavyweight for a while after that. Another thing, Bhop was fought. Have you ever seen Bhop in person? Bhop is a huge individual with a big ass head. Bhop like 6'2". He's a huge man. All right. No one could understand how Bhop said one of his best talents was the fact that he can make middleweight as long as he did. All right. Another thing, Bhop came into boxing at middleweight. Don't forget that. So him moving up to 2 weight classes to light heavyweight is totally different than Terrence Crawford as a grown-ass man coming in at lightweight. Came in at lightweight as a grown-ass man. And so you got to take from lightweight. But not Bhop starting at middleweight and going to light heavyweight is different than Crawford starting at lightweight and ending up at super middle against a Canelo Alvarez who has fought at light heavy. Tarver never fought at cruiser and went back down. Another thing, Tarver wasn't undisputed at light heavyweight. So a totally different thing. My theory is that Bill Haney couldn't punk Bud, so he convinced him to fight Nelo. That's funny. Do you think it will be wise for Bud to switch stances to land more punches in volume and get caught with punch because he got over? No. I think Crawford should do what is comfortable. Don't try to be a trickster. Do what's comfortable. Nelo arguably lost every big fight, but he didn't lose every big fight. So now what you're doing is, okay, Crawford arguably lost the first fight. He moved up to 154. First time he moved up 154, Madrimov won the fight. Now we're bullshit. Now we're bull jiving. You're trying to create, we're talking about what happened, not what you wish. Let me see. A Boogie, Crawford can't rest for 12 rounds at all. I'm saying Crawford has been too strong for his ops. So he can walk you down and whip your ass. And what people don't understand, this is what people don't understand, okay? When it comes to the skill level. It's just like when Muhammad Ali started doing the rope-a-dope. It wasn't just a choice because he was just so sharp. It was because Muhammad Ali didn't have legs anymore. Bud Crawford walked down Madrimov. You want to watch the fight? We can watch it. He walked down David Evanesian. He ended up walking down Errol Spence. Terrence Crawford has been more flat-footed as of late, and y'all don't realize it. Terrence Crawford, he hops around the first 1, 2, 3 rounds, then he walks your ass down. Y'all don't realize that at all. Y'all think he's the same guy he was at lightweight. No. Crawford's going to be walking your ass, trying to walk Canelo ass down. He's going to be right there, bro. And y'all don't know that. And I know this. That's why I said this. It's a ShowBizz secret. Let me see. Amir Khan said he couldn't hit Crawford, but Nelo is easily hit. Do you think consistently hit Bud with power? Do you think consistently hit Bud with power shots? One, you have to take into account the Amir Khan Crawford fought and the Amir Khan Canelo fought. Canelo practically ruined career Amir Khan for the rest of his life. So if you don't consider that, then you're not being genuine with your statement. Let me see. Like Chavez Jr. losing his athleticism due to bad training and dieting, I hope for a miracle in him to take boxing seriously and turn out like his dad. Do you think Crawford is hearing everything you're saying right now? Yeah, I do. I don't think Crawford gives a shit about what I'm saying right now. I think Crawford believes that he's going to beat Canelo. I don't think he's probably here now. He don't give a shit. He may have something against me, but I'm not fighting him. Right? It's just what I think, and I'm very sorry. Let me tell you a little difference with me, okay? And a lot of analysts. I speak with a lot of conviction, and I don't play the in between as far as I don't know who wins, man. Unless I really don't know. But for the most part, I give you guys who I think is going to win consistently. Y'all have an issue accepting it, right? I really be like, he's going to win. Somebody on X said, you've been flip-flopping between Terrence Crawford and Canelo. No, I haven't. I've been saying Canelo's going to win the whole time. One time I made that gamble, which was hilarious, but really it was a safety bet for Terrence Crawford at 2,500. That's a safety bet for me to get something back just in case Terrence Crawford wins. I'm putting 20,000 on Nelo. I've been saying since the very beginning I got Nelo. When Ryan Garcia fought Tank Davis, I said Tank wins, but I'm gambling on Ryan because of the odds. I say it's so clear, but emotionally, like I said, people listen to with their vaginas, not their ears. I can't help that. When I repeatedly say something over and over again, Terrence Crawford is a clean fighter. He's a clean fighter. He's a clean fighter. But his association with Victor Conte is bad PR. So we need transparency for him because I already know he's a clean fighter. But I need transparency because there was a typo because I want to shut everybody up on questioning if Crawford is a clean fighter. ShowBizz, you think Crawford's on steroids. That's just you being an effing dumbass. If I'm saying it constantly over and over, I can't help if you're a dumbass. Because a lot of people will end up saying what you're really trying to say is, I get what's behind it. That's what you want because you want to be against me. So people got to listen, bro. Listen all the way through. Here, not with your vagina. Here with your ears. Let me see. By the third, B-Mac will be begging Bud to stop it. If Pac-Man and Nelo fought back in welter, who you got, brother? I ain't got that kind. That's way I'm thinking too much at that point. Deed, take some notes while class in session. Sean Porter should have campaign at 154. I agree. Crawford won't switch stance against Nelo. He didn't do it against Madrimov at 154, not even once. Now imagine at 168. I don't think he's switching. I think he's primarily a southpaw. I see Nelo smiling just like Tank on Frank fight. Yeah. I think when it's all said and done, a constant pressure can burn him out. Hit the Tyson bear. All right. Now look. Would Bud be top 3 all time if he stops Nelo? Yes. Biz is emotional. Yeah, because now that's all you got, because I just embarrassed you, right? So now it's like, I just got to get one over on Biz. Y'all energy is crazy. Just be cool. Just be regular. Y'all ain't got to hate me. Y'all have to be jealous of how great the war room is doing. It's not me versus you. My success has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with your failures. You got to be mad at me or the war room or nothing like that. For what? I love you guys. Another thing is, I do major giveaway. I give back all the time. I don't just run away with the super chats and then I'm giving so far 30,000, 30,000. That's 80,000. That's 100 and no, my bad. That's 160,000. I would be giving away to the war. 160,000. Who else is doing that? But I'm the one you hate. I give away memorabilia, boxing memorabilia all the time. Now boxing is growing, and those things that I've given away is going to just raise in value. But y'all hate me? How many people giving back? Y'all just like words. That's why I said you think of with your clitoris. I'm talking about what you can measure. You always win with the war room. Always. I just want to hear the right things for my clitoris. Stop. Your clitoris will be fine. Let me see. He didn't lose to Bivol, and arguably the trilogy. He didn't lose. He lost to Mayweather, one of the greatest fighters of all time. He lost to Bivol for sure. I think Bivol obviously beat him, and that was at light heavyweight. And Canelo started at welterweight, so that was good. And Bivol is undisputed light heavy, so he's been great the whole time and since. Arguably is when you mess up. All right. Now you're talking about arguably and arguably. Now you know what really happened. Put the snack on. Let me see. Canelo versus Crawford has picked up momentum. It's on its way to be bigger than Tyson versus Paul. We have a lot to do with that. We still have a month to be promoted. Love you, boy. Let me see. I'm moist. Oh yeah, dog.
I'm moist. I'm moist. Call and response. I said I'm moist. I'm moist. Good God, I'm moist. I'm moist.
Let me see. Biz, you lead the pack. The boxing revolution. Love you, boy. A new member, baby. Bye. We actually got a lot of show. Let's do some shit. We got some stuff to talk about. Number one, the Eddie Reynoso thing. I want to say this. Good show, Biz. I'm not even done, brother, but thank you. I want to say this about Eddie Reynoso. Somebody said, ShowBizz, why are you dialed in on Eddie Reynoso now? Now? I forgot what else they said. They said some other stupid shit. A tank case was dropped. Put the fight on. And that's all I got to say about that. I just want the fight to be put on. That's all I got to say about that. Are you sure? See, that's why you don't talk about people's personal life. Everybody was calling him all these things. Are you sure before I go on this run the block rant I'm about to go on? Hold on. I'm on my soapbox.
He didn't get out of the cock-a-doodle car!
Everybody running around talking about his personal life. I heard y'all. Not to call anybody out, but calling him a woman beater and all that shit, running around and doing all that. Shut your ass. You weren't there. Everybody, when it comes to personal shit, shut your ass up. The only thing that we should be concerned about is the money that we spend on the fight. Everybody quick to judge like a bunch of females. And I'm sorry, ladies. I'm just talking only 95% of my fan base are men. So generally speaking, talking about another dude and his relationship. We're supposed to be boxing fans, man. You could believe all you want. Keep hitting the max bet if you want to send them in 5. I like that comment. You have a fight coming up. Who you want in your corner, Robert Garcia or Derrick James? Right now, Robert Garcia. Let me see. Okay, everybody, let's move on real quick. So a guy was saying, why are you focused now on Eddie Reynoso? He said some other Canelo fanboy shit. But I have the receipts of me talking about this 3 damn years ago. Hold on, everybody. And y'all going to see us 3 damn years ago. Receipts, motherfucker! Look, Reynoso is just an excellent trainer, man. It is what it is. He's an excellent trainer. Now, I know people got an issue with the camp, right? And everything that was going on here. Everybody talking about PEDs and stuff like that. Yeah. But as of right now, as far as Virgil Ortiz going over there, I just see that as a plus. That's back when Black Sun was calling fights with me. Look at my hairstyle. That was 3 damn years ago. This Eddie Reynoso shit ain't new. The fact that, listen, y'all gotta understand, bro. My whole plans was to make sure nobody had questions when it came to this fight. I don't want after the fight people start talking shit. That's why I said we're going to get ahead of it, because nobody want to say nothing. Then after the fight, everybody try to throw dirt over it. So my whole plan was Victor Conte, that's bad PR. Show some shit. He did. Eddie Reynoso. Let me work. Let me work before you cry. Eddie Reynoso. We got questions. Who cares what I feel and believe? It's about the truth. Show some shit. Transparency to calm all this shit down, to lift the PR, so after the fight, people ain't got nothing to say. Whoever wins. I don't want to hear nothing. If Bud beats Nelo or knock him out, I don't want to hear nothing. Let me see. Andre Ward versus Anthony Johnson. Who you got? Dog, that ain't happening. I just read it, but double check. Oh, shit. Let me see. Bud and Virgil saying Mean Machine was their toughest fight. What did it say about him? Any fighters come to mind that they are close in the league? Well, it just says a lot about their resumes. And that's the Black Two Sugars. Okay. Let's move forward, everybody. Let's move forward. Let's have a little fun. Let's check out the knockout.
When did Tarver go?
Nah.
Nossa senhora.
You got this, Haley?
I completely I gobbled it up. It was so well done, and all of you play a part in that chemistry. Vanessa Sue is a soon-to-be mom who's going to be stepping into this massive new role, but she also wants to hold on to her career and still save the world and protect the citizens.
I spoke to Matt and Kevin and everybody about any tropes, and I was worried about it at certain points, he annoyed him sometimes because I was thinking about it so much, because there are so many cliches associated with so much of the time mothers in film.
Knock it out the ball, Curtis. Sling it, Curtis. Get it, Curtis, go! Go, Curtis!
You got a smart mouth. What do you expect? Born right here in Dartmouth. Bitch, show some respect. Now, I don't mean to boast, but I've also been from coast to coast, east and west. And I come with the most intensity, so I'd be the best to represent. Only seems fitting. Not only do I show up to the shows, put on a show, and my best clothes, I put on. So when it comes time for these guys to go to the polls and cast their votes, they take one look at your face, and you's going home. Ba-bum-ba-bum! Oh!
Knockout.
You know what, man? I got all the love in the world for baby girl, man. For her to put herself out there and just be that damn whack all the time is just is incredible. All right. Number 2, the reason why I put that Fantastic Four clip, the immaturity of Human Torch looking at the thing, is because y'all keep getting mad at me for saying pause. Let me tell you something about fellas. Fellas, there's a jealous girl in my town. Oh, baby. Let me tell you something about fellas. We're immature. All right. Pause is very immature. Okay. Every time someone fart, it's a big deal for me. If I hear a fart, I'm blown. If I smell a fart, I got something to say. All right. It's just, I don't know what it is. I know I should be ShowBizz the adult, but even still, she said I just gobbled it up, and he was just like, and let me tell you why. Because when they saw her, they both thought, oh, she a baddie. That's what happened. So then when she said gobble it up, it was like, so listen, brother. Let me see. What the hell? Brother, just let her flow. Let her flow. Let me see. You think King Ryan giving Lamont Roach problems stylistically? Hey, let me tell you something about King Ryan, brother. King Ryan just got to get his shit together. I love him like a play cousin. You guys know he a friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? That brother got to get his shit together. Because as of right now, man, after that Rolly shit, people are like, man. Speaking of which, we have Charles Baker's favorite segment, Around the Ring. Let's check this out.
Niggas be acting like they can't get it, man. Yeah, they can't get it, man.
I really want that Rollies rematch, bro. I can't let that, be what it is. Nah, I want to get that back. He has the title, so right now he got elevated. So, why not go for the world championship and get my look back, and be at my best. I just want to fight him when I'm at my best. That's it. That's all I care about. That's it. I want somebody to beat me when I'm at my absolute best, and if you do, great.
You have to be relentless. You have to never let off the gas, never stop, never quit. Never allow anyone to talk you out of the dream, the vision, and ideas. And understand that for every level, there's another devil. It is the devil's job to create challenges, issues, and conflicts.
I wanna be like Floyd Mayweather, for example, where like he made a lot of money in this sport, came out of his brains intact, no damage or whatnot, and nobody can say that, yes, I fucked him up. Do you get what I mean? That's the career that I want.
Niggas be acting like they can't get it, man. Yeah, they can't get it, man.
Conor Benn, man, y'all gotta start putting respect on that kid's name, man. That dude there, I've been looking at him for a while. Like, this dude can fight, bro. He just can fight. Now, I'm not sure he'll beat everybody, but his tenacity is something nasty. All right, bars. 2, somebody said Ryan can't box. That's the thing. That's the thing. I think Shakur would have beaten Rolly one-handed, dog. But that's the high level of. I'm saying if Ryan could box better, it wouldn't been that much of a problem, I think. Have you watched that fight again? I think if he could box better, but maybe that's what happens when a lot of your style is based on your physical attributes. Ryan Garcia is the poster child of he's gifted. Once again, when you're gifted like that, his physical attributes has a lot to do with his success. And it messed with him mentally. He knew going in he didn't have the right hand. So it messed with him. Okay, I'm one-handed. How can I get my left off? It messed with him. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Howard Tuma got a deeper voice than Tuma. I hear that his grand rivals is now. Don't forget, this weekend I will be calling the Tuma fight. I'll be back by then. And where I'm going is to interview David Benavidez, the Mexican monster, tomorrow. I'll be there tomorrow. I keep forgetting that. I can't forget that because I got to catch a flight. I'll be there tomorrow at his camp doing the Black Two Sugars. And we have a Black Two Sugars, which is an interview one, but this is what the Black Two Sugars is supposed to be about. Just a more deeper dive, pause, of what goes on with these fighters, casual conversations for you to get to know who David Benavidez is. I'll be there. Make sure you guys give me some questions, and not just boxing questions too. I want to know who David Benavidez is. Let me see. Royce, just like Nelo. There you go. That dude said, I'm here to be a bot. How Atuma got a deeper voice. Funny. Ryan Garcia better than that Rolly fight. Well, yeah, but the question is it due to just his physical attributes? All right. Okay. Lamont figured out Tank. That could be. We'll have to see. Last thing we're going to do real quick is we're going to do a look at that. All right. After the look at that, then we'll round out the rest of the show so you guys can get to the Zone War Room and watch the grand arrivals. Let's do a look at that.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at that. Look at that.
Ryan should go to Rob Garcia. The sparring there is the boxing revolution. Okay. Check out this. Look at that. I call this guy Brother Love.
Listen, ladies, let me tell you right now, you're going out with me, you're going to have a good time. I'm coming to get you, okay? I'm coming to pick you up. I'm coming to take you out for a night on the town. We're going for drinks. We're going for dancing. I'm going to romance you. I'm going to wine you, dine you. Then we're going to head out to the beach after we get all nice and sweaty, dip in a little water there, cool ourselves off, and who knows? We might end up staying there for the night, if you're lucky. My best qualities, first and foremost, right here. My worst quality is that I don't think I care enough. And I care a lot. I care a whole lot. But I think I can do more. I was born to a military preacher. My father, while he loved the Lord, he loved America more. He made sure that I loved both. How long do I want my next relationship to last? Depends on how long you can be with me. I could not date a smoker. I do smoke cigarettes, though. I've been reading the Encyclopedia Britannica, learning a lot, actually, with that. I'm on Q right now. Quince. Think about it. Meatloaf's my favorite meal. Always has been. Just right to the point, does the job, and guess what? I get to have ketchup, and everybody wins.
This dude said he cannot be with a smoker, and he smokes. So let me tell you something. One thing I want you to take note of. That shirt back in the day was fire. Don't roast that. That shit was fire back then. It was. It looks horrific now, but it was fire back then. He shouldn't have tucked it in, though. All right. Number two, okay? He aged horribly. I'm sure of it. If you look at the dark under his eyes and stuff like the weight is a mofo the older you get. This guy looks horrible today. I hope he's still alive, though. Love you, boy. 3. All right. He should have grown some sort of hair. All right. Unless he got alopecia. If he got that going on, cool. All right. But what I'm saying is you had to grow something, brother, because as of this point, you look like a thumb knuckle. And that is the Black Two Sugars. Hit the Tyson bell. All right. Now, the fake ass confidence, that was an 80s thing, 80s to 90s thing. We thought that was game. All right. But it just sounded creepy. We go to the pool and swim if you're lucky. That shit like that. And I'm coming to get you. See, he didn't, just too many Teddy Pendergrass songs, right? Turn off the lights. Those songs were actually creepy at the time, but we didn't know better. You can't talk like Teddy Penny. You better sing that shit. If you talk it, you sound like Jason Voorhees. All right. And that's the Black Two Sugars, but he didn't know no better. He really didn't know no damn better. Let me see. What else we got? Canelo's chin or Better BF power put the fight on. Canelo can fight Better BF, and it wouldn't be a problem. If Terrence Crawford fought Better BF, you'll be like, no way in hell, right? Did you see Mason is sparring Norman? I didn't see that, but I can say I was there. I was there. It's the Black Two Sugars. I was there when they set that shit up. Let me tell you something about Brian Norman, dog. And it's the thing that I'm going to expose when it comes to David Benavidez. They got issues. Fighting issues. What people didn't know about Brian Norman was that he had a personality. And his personality is off of being a lunatic, love fighting, and there's a huge confidence in doing so. I was there when he was looking at Abdullah. And he was just like, yeah, he has a swagger with his shoulders. He was like, you with that southern accent, I can't really do. He said, man, you got bigger, boy. He said, I ain't seen. He was calling him boy. Like, look, Brian Norman got the soul of an old man. He thinks he's 48. All right, but really he's a kid. And he was like, yo, you got bigger, boy. You know, I ain't seen you since 15 years old. Okay. And then everybody tried to get his Brian Norman's attention, but he was barely here. Like, oh yeah, I feel you. Then he went back to Mason was done. He went back to him like, man, yo, you done doing your thing. He's sizing him up, and I said they're gonna end up sparring because Mason don't give a shit. I'm saying they're gonna end up sparring. They're gonna end up sparring. If Brian Norman is keeping up with Abdullah Mason, he's gonna be ready for Devin Haney. Let me see. Got to give Rolly credit for staying. I heard my dog yelp, staying to his game plan. That game plan was very basic, too. He was just like, let me wait for you to throw a punch, and then I counter it. And it was like, he just had that fist cocked, and it was like, bruh. Now, he was doing the same thing with Tank. He was actually, and then Tank took him out of it. Tank taught him. Tank was trying to do that with Lamont Roach, but Lamont Roach stayed in the game. He tried to talk. Lamont Roach was talking shit back. Like, yeah, that ain't nothing. You ain't shit. That's when he knew, it's the same thing happened when Tarver was louder than Roy. And the excuses tonight, Roy couldn't out Roy Tarver. And that threw him off. Because Tarver had a mouthpiece. I've been whooping you since we were kids. It was like, shut your ass up. He was irritated. You know what I'm saying? Tank was trying to do what he did to Rolly when Rolly was giving Tank. I keep saying Rolly was giving Tank problems. People don't realize he's a big kid and he was sitting there just like this. And he actually damn near dropped Tank, but he ended up pushing him and then Tank failed. Watch the fight again. But then Tank was able to get in Rolly's head and make him swing, and then he caught him. But he couldn't do that with Roach. Roach was just like, man, get that shit. And that's when it was like, oh shit. Nelo won't show tests. People will expect same later. Nelo won't show tests. Listen, I'm gonna say this at the bitter end. All right. Sorry for my misreading. I've been doing that a lot lately. All right. But Saul Canelo Alvarez. This is going to be I think I'm predicting, put the grease on. I'm predicting that this is going to be an easier, he's not going to feel threatened too much in this fight. He ain't going to feel threatened. Get what I'm saying? He wants that Floyd fight back. Why? Because he replays that fight in his head over and over and over and over and over again. That's what you meant when you. My slow ass. Somebody said an hour ago, do I think the fight against Crawford would be his revenge fight for Floyd? That's what you meant. I still don't think it'd be his revenge fight, but that's what you meant. He replays that Floyd Mayweather fight over and over and over and over again, and he knows what he should have done differently. Not that he would have beaten Floyd. He looks at that and he knows what he is so obsessed with his losses. When I said who's better than him, right? And he hit me real hard when it came to Floyd. He sat down on that one a little bit. He punched through. That fight. Okay. So what I'm saying is he learned from those things. All right. And I think this Crawford fight he's not going to feel threatened. And after the fight, he will not be credited. And I think Nelo knows that. And when people thought Nelo was ducking Bud, that was the reason why. After he knocked out Amir Khan, people don't even consider the Amir Khan fight. They don't even consider it. Nelo beating Bud, people after the fight, people going to say it was a cash grab, retirement check for Bud. That's all they're going to call it. People going to see it as a big cash grab when it's all over with. Watch. That's my prediction. September 13th. That's all they're waiting for. Everybody who's saying I'm not black enough now, when the fight is over, they're going to say, Canelo, at least Bud got his money. And he went for it. And everybody else going to say it was a cash grab. Now you see what I was talking about. Yep, got you. I need a Mason versus Stevenson breakdown. Well, they're not fighting. Get off Nelo nuts. Bud beats Nelo in the second round. Because that's so intimidating. I don't want to be on his nuts. I hate being made fun of. And that was hurtful. So I'm going to say the opposite. And hopefully me being on Bud nuts isn't that bad. All right. So let me be on his nuts. Bud Crawford. Let me tell you what Bud Crawford is. He is the Batman of boxing. He has an answer for all fighters. You can tell by his resume. You can tell the fighters he fought that he would totally be ready for 168 against the undisputed super middleweight. And you can tell how hard he was punching Madrimov, that his punching power definitely goes up. And he would knock out and crack Canelo early. All this you can tell. His slick defense, that lets you know how little he gets hit. He's never been rocked or dropped or anything like that. He's Bud Crawford. Also, you think he's smaller. He's actually bigger. Check out the stare down. Let me tell you something. The last thing I want to be is on Nelo's nuts, especially when Nelo ain't that good anyway. Bud Crawford in 3. Hit the Tyson Bear. He can wrestle, and he beats Spence. And that's the Black Two Sugars. Let me see what you got. People will discredit Canelo. Easy money Alvarez. Side note, play Ready or Not Biz is so fire. Oh, you guys wanted me to play the trailer and get this copyright. Let me see. Come on, Biz. Stay you, bro. Okay. All right. Got you, brother. So let's do this right now. This is the end of the show, but somebody was like, watch the Conjuring and get a copyright. And I'm like, yo, why not? You know what I'm saying? I'll delete it, though, if I can. Sometimes they give you a copyright and then be like, you can't delete it. Right? It's like, yo, brother. Conjuring 4 trailer. It got, because I watched 3 of them. When did it come out? Because I ain't got that kind of time. 12 days. I'm a little bit attracted to, let me say it. But you know what? I'm a real one. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little attracted to, the lady. I don't know why though. The lady that plays on. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Is that must be MILF? I don't know. I don't know what it is, or maybe I'm getting old, or I don't know what's going on. All right, everybody. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, but Dr. Umar is going to have something to say. I'm going to tell you this too. I'm going to tell you this too. Speaking of which, all right. I'm going to tell you this. Okay. I have given more money to black people than Dr. Umar Johnson. Hey, listen. Sometimes I walk around my house talking like Dr. Umar Johnson, and Ms. Biz hates that. I'll be like, give me the remote, my sister. Pass me the remote, my sister. My sister, pass me the remote. Thank you, my sister. Thank you, my sister. Thank you. She'd be like, shut up. All right. 5'5", thick in the thighs. You're 5'2", booty and boobs. All right, hold on. Here we go. Yeah. All right, let's get our heads together. The lowness of the volume. Let's take it back and get this copyright for sure. Here we go. I bet you James Wan directing this. If not, he found a good director for once. That's what I'm talking about. That's That's scary as shit. Let's go. I'm there. I met the real lady before she passed. Really? You know, she said one time, brother, she said a quote. She said, and it haunts me. She said, the fairy tale is real. I read her book. And she said, the fairy tale is real. Now, let that sink in. That quote right there messes with me. All the things that you think is impractical, the demons, the angels, the whatever, the fairy tale of it, the magic of it, the fairy tale is real. That gave me chills. I'm not sure if that was her book or maybe it was a book about her. I read it 2007. Let me see. It's her eyes, Biz. She got it's the eyes. Let me see. Pure comedy came for analysis. Stay for laughs. Biz, you a horror guy. Go see. I'm about to go upstairs right now and watch it. We got it. All right. So Ms. Biz is kind of stomach ache. If you guys can also let me know how she can get rid of her stuff. She couldn't go to work today. She threw up so much that it was just like she was dry heaving type. So she's sick right now. So if you guys have anything to help settle her stomach, let me know. Why the Topps boxing card sold out 1 minute. Brother, I went to immediately, I think it was like 10 o'clock. I was like, boop, boop, and it was sold out. I'm like, mother, but early September, early next month, it'll be on sale. So whatever, dog. She gotta just let it pass, man. Yeah. Ginger ale, noodle soup, crackers and Coke, ginger tea. I know I heard ginger would do sending love. Love you, boy. Okay, thank you guys. Listen, I won't be able to do the hump day tomorrow. I'll be at Dave Benavidez's camp. I gotta find an outfit. I'll probably go to the mall. I can't get my hair cut. That's why I got my do-rag on. That's the real reason I got my do-rag on. I need my barber. My barber is in Texas. It's like, this is crazy. So y'all going to see a bad haircut, showbiz, but who gives a shit? All right. It's about Dave Benavidez. So I'll be there. I won't be back until I think late Friday or something like that. So hopefully I'll still do the Facts Friday, even in the afternoon, and tell you guys how it went. That'd be fun. Saturday, I'm definitely calling the Moses and Dillian White fight. I mean, that's just a big deal. It'd be his first step up fight. I compare it to Mike Tyson versus James Quick Tillis. Let me see. Peppermint tea. Thank you, brother. You've been a lot of help. Everybody give 410 some love. This brother been a lot of help today. All right. So thank you guys for showing up and showing out. Please send the questions in the comments for me. ShowBizz for adult. The questions for the Mexican monster. I'm out. Huh. Oh my goodness. Short ass stream. This is 2 hours. What the hell you talking about? No, it's just be saying shit to be read.